Welcome.
My name is Harold Young and I'm Orangeburg County Administrator. Today we're here to talk about utilities and the importance that they play in our rural community. Orangeburg County is 1,100 square miles long, one of the second largest in the state of South Carolina. Providing utilities and infrastructure in a community of this vast area is a challenging feat nonetheless. We are doing the best we can to provide additional resources to increase the availability of utilities in this area. With the leadership of Orangeburg County Council, partnerships that we have with the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, and of course, without saying, the help we get from our congressional delegation, especially Congressman Clyburn in Congressional District 6, we feel that we've done a great job of putting together utilities for this community. We've expanded water, we've expanded sewer, and we've even dabbled in the broadband. USDA, being a federal partner, has always come to help us when it came to our utilities. And we would not have our sewer system at Goodby's Creek, nor the funding for the Lake Marion Regional Water Authority and several other water projects that were definitely possible because of our collaborations and funding through USDA.
But rural broadband has been an evolving challenge.
When you look at the speeds we're going to need for all the apps and the videos and all the data, new software that is constantly coming on the market, we've got to keep pace. We've got to be up to speed.
Broadband, however, of the three utilities is one of the newer ones, but can't be taken for granted. Broadband has now become just as important as any other utility, just as important as electricity, water, and sewer. The problem is broadband is now at the same state electricity was years ago. It was only available in certain places, not everyone had it, and it makes anybody that doesn't have it at a disadvantage. This video and several other things that we do on a day-to-day basis would not be applicable or could not be done without broadband. In a community with 1,100 square miles, it's imperative that we invest in the broadband because the communication factor in a lot of ways is some of the things that are holding us back from the benefits of everything that we see going on in our global economy. In this day and time, Orangeburg County has already done a grant through USDA to add broadband to our platform of utility services. We've done that by going through and serving citizens who were in an unserved area based upon a grant that we put in several years ago that provided funding to bring broadband to those areas. But we still have more to do. In a lot of ways, most transactions these days, from economic to social to educational, are done through the use of broadband. That's critical for communities who are already at a disadvantage by living in areas that have persistent poverty rates that are higher than other places in the country. Therefore, it's adamant that we have to do something to keep up with the challenges that come by not having adequate broadband. In these days and times when we were in school, we'd go to the shelf, we'd pull off a World Book Encyclopedia, we would do our research. Nowadays, if a child doesn't have the internet, that same research that we took for granted, they're now left behind in school, in life, and economically. And seeing what we have been seeing lately is not just about having broadband, but the speed and the bandwidth that is provided is just as critical as having broadband in itself. If you don't have adequate speeds and adequate bandwidth, it's almost like not having broadband at all. Broadband is such a must for everyday working environments and things we do. It's not only necessary for education, it's not only necessary for social, but even from a health standpoint, which is one of the aspects that's most critical to Congressman Clyburn and his initiatives that he put together for the Congressional 6th District. Health was a big part and a big disparity in this area. And telemedicine using broadband is one of the ways that we can close the gaps on our inadequacy for having the lack of infrastructure that we need on the health basis. So broadband is not only a link from our past to understand what we were doing wrong, it's definitely the gateway to our future. Orangeburg County Broadband was created with the help of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act and is now operated as an enterprise component of Orangeburg County. Orangeburg County Broadband does not require tax dollars to operate and is returning funds to the county, and the current serving areas include Roseville, Cattle Creek, Duncan Chapel, Firefighter Lane, Canaan, and the rural areas of Bowman and Branchville. The Orangeburg County Broadband even has an office located at 140 Bridge Street in Branchville, South Carolina. Well, Orangeburg County is definitely have pulled up their bootstraps and tried to do their best to make this community better. By investing in matching funds to go with the broadband grant, we have laid the surface for other things to come. We've seen industries connect, we've seen schools connect, and have the ability to use telemedicine and other things as a platform for all the growth you've seen in our community. We're going to strive and continue to do better with that, and hopefully there's other opportunities that the federal government will allow for us to take a part of to increase broadband in our community.
Technology that we utilize here allows us to provide up to 1 gigabit of internet access per customer. That's as fast as there is anywhere in the country.
The internet is very reasonable. Our prices start from $39.99 and go up to $84.99, and this is per month, plus the 7% Orangeburg County administrative tax. But it's very economical and affordable.
We provide a local billing office, we provide customer support, we provide technicians that are local, part of the community.
And we find out exactly what's going on. We can see if our equipment on the outside is functioning properly. If not, usually that's the main thing that happens is it'll go out and then we'll dispatch our technicians, create a service ticket, dispatch them, they'll go and replace it.
During the construction phase, over 75 to 100 folks working throughout that process.
Okay.
And over the last couple of years since then, we've created 10 or 12 permanent jobs in Orangeburg County.
And I've been privileged to be a part of this Orangeburg County Broadband program implemented from the beginning up to the present time. And we have high hopes and for a future that's going to proceed and be beneficial to everyone in the county.
Today we have showed you why utilities and especially broadband is important. But remember, in Orangeburg County, the best is yet to come. And as always, it's a great day in Orangeburg County. Thank you.